Welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. If you're into coin collecting or just want to know about some of the most interesting and valuable coins out there, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that's likely sitting in your pocket or maybe even in your change drawer, the 1984 Lincoln penny. Now, you might think that a penny from 1984 isn't worth much more than 1 cent. But some versions of this coin are worth a lot more, potentially up to $1.3 million. That's right, a 1984 Lincoln penny could be worth a fortune. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's dive into the history and value of the 1984 penny and what makes some of these coins so rare and valuable. History of the Lincoln penny. Before we jump into why the 1984 penny can be worth a small fortune, let's talk about the history of the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent has been part of American currency since 1909. It was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. The original design featured a bust of Lincoln on the obverse side and 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse, which became known as the wheat cent. In 1959, the design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This new design, featuring Lincoln's statue in the memorial, was the one used for the Lincoln penny until 2008. The 1984 penny is part of this long-running series of Lincoln Memorial cents, with the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The 1984 penny. A look back at its composition and design. The 1984 Lincoln penny was struck during a time when the U.S. Mint was still using the familiar copper alloy composition for the coin. These pennies are made from 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, just a few years later, in 1982, the Mint would switch to a new copper-plated zinc composition for the penny due to rising copper prices. So, the 1984 penny is part of the last series of copper pennies before this major change occurred. The design on the 1984 penny is like most other Lincoln Memorial pennies. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the words "In God We Trust, Liberty, and the Year of Minting." On the reverse, you'll see the iconic Lincoln Memorial along with the words "E Pluribus Unum" and United States of America. But while most 1984 pennies are worth only their face value, certain examples have become highly sought after by collectors. Let's explore what makes some 1984 pennies so valuable. Rarer coins and why they matter. So why is the 1984 Lincoln penny so valuable? The key reason lies in a minting error that can happen during the production process. While most 1984 pennies are worth just 1 cent, some have a rare error that makes them extremely valuable. Specifically, we're talking about the 1984 double die error. A double die error occurs when a coin die at a metal stamp used to strike the design on the coin A is improperly aligned during the minting process. This can cause the design to appear doubled or off-center. In the case of the 1984 penny, the most common place where this error appears is in the word "liberty" and the phrase "In God We Trust" on the obverse of the coin. When the die is improperly aligned, you'll see a slight doubling of the lettering, which creates a shadowed effect next to the original letters. This can make the text look blurry or duplicated, while the doubling effect can sometimes be subtle. In certain cases, the error is much more pronounced, making the coin much more valuable. How to identify a 1984 double die penny. If you have a 1984 Lincoln penny, you'll want to know how to identify if it has the rare double die error. Here's how to check. Check the word "liberty." The most obvious place to look is in the word "liberty." In a double die penny, you'll see that the letters are doubled, or at least appear slightly offset from one another. This might be harder to spot with the naked eye, so you might need a magnifying glass to get a better look. If you notice any shadowed letters next to the original ones, you might be looking at a double die error. Examine the motto "In God We Trust." The motto "In God We Trust" is another area where doubling can occur. If you see any letters that appear to be stacked on top of each other or are misaligned, then you could be dealing with a double die error. This is another key indicator to help you determine the coin's value. Look for other doubling on the coin. While the most common areas for doubling are in the word "liberty" and the motto "In God We Trust," You should also check other parts of the coin, like the date and even the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Any sign of misalignment or a double image could be a sign that you have a rare, valuable coin. Use a magnifying glass. The doubling effect can be subtle, so a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe will come in handy when inspecting your 1984 penny. Look carefully for any extra lines or ghosted letters in the areas mentioned. How much can a 1984 double die penny be worth? If you have a 1984 penny with a double die error, you might be sitting on a small fortune. The value of a 1984 Lincoln penny with a double die error can vary depending on several factors, including the severity of the error, the coin's condition, and demand from collectors. A 1984 double die penny in good condition can be worth anywhere from a few $100s to a few thousand. However, the most valuable examples, those with strong, easily visible doubling and near mint condition, can be worth much more. Some of these coins have been known to fetch as much as $1.3 million at auction, depending on their rarity and condition. So, don't dismiss that penny you find in your pocket change just yet. It could be worth far more than you think. What else can affect a 1984 penny's value? While the double die error is the most significant factor that can make a 1984 penny valuable, there are a few other things that can affect a coin's worth. Condition of the coin. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A coin that is in mint or near mint condition, meaning it has very little wear and tear, is going to be worth far more than a coin that's been circulated and has visible signs of wear. Other minting errors. In addition to the double die error, some 1984 pennies may feature other minting defects, such as off-center strikes or die cracks. While these errors are less common than the double die, they can still make the coin worth more than its face value. Grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. With 70 being perfect. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A 1984 double die penny that's graded as MS65 or higher will command a higher price than one that's been worn down and has a lower grade. How to sell your 1984 double die penny. If you've discovered that you have a valuable 1984 penny with a double die error, you may be wondering how to sell it and get the best price. The first step is to have the coin professionally graded by a reputable grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. This will help establish the coin's authenticity and condition, and it will make it easier to sell to serious collectors. Once your coin is graded, you have several options for selling it. You can sell it through a local coin dealer, online marketplaces like eBay, or even auction houses that specialize in rare and valuable coins. If your penny is extremely valuable, it might be worth considering an auction house, as they can help you reach a larger audience of potential buyers and get the best price. Conclusion. In conclusion, while most 1984 Lincoln pennies are worth just 1 cent, certain examples with the rare double die error can be worth a lot more, with values reaching up to $1.3 million. For the most exceptional examples, this is one coin you'll want to take a close look at before you toss it into your change jar. So, if you come across a 1984 penny, take a moment to inspect it. You might just have a hidden treasure in your hands. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos on rare and valuable coins. Have you found any rare pennies or other valuable coins? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your discoveries. Happy coin hunting, and we'll see you in the next video. This script is designed to be informative, engaging, and easy to follow for a YouTube audience. It provides a detailed explanation of the history and value of the 1984 Lincoln penny while keeping the viewer interested with a focus on the potential for a high-value discovery.